Today we are going to install a SwitchWorks Sierra6, a 3-rocker electronic accessory smart switcher in the 2025 Canon Maverick X RS. The SwitchWorks Sierra6 comes with the switch module and power and switch harness, 3 controllers with 2 buttons each, 2 SwitchWorks icon insert tree set, power ground block harness, 6 high current pigtails, a pulse connector pigtail and power input harness, a 10'4" AWG power and ground cable set, and a fuse holder with 100 a mini ANL fuse. Remove the rear driver's side seat, adjust it as far back as it will go, then using a 13mm socket and wrench, you can remove the seat's nuts and bolts. Slide the seat forward using a 15mm socket, remove the rear nuts, then lift the seat out of the vehicle. Remove the battery cover and disconnect the battery terminals using a Phillips screwdriver. Because you will be running wires from the battery to the dash, you will need to remove the driver's seat. This will remove the same weight as the rear seat, as well as unplugging the seat belt harness. Remove the plastic dash panel covering the bus bar. Remove the 2 10mm bolts. Remove the plastic dash panel on both sides. Remove the upper storage compartment door by lifting straight up on the lid. It will unclip at the hinges. Next, you would remove the 2 10mm screws on either side. Using a T25 Torx bit, remove the screw and plastic panels around the roll cage. Underneath the panel there will be 2 more 10mm screws to remove. Then you would be able to remove the dash panel. Remove these black plastic trim panels on either side. Remove the 8 10mm screws securing this panel in the dash. After removing the 10mm screws, the panel will only be held in by speed clips. Carefully pry up and away from the vehicle and remove the dash panel. Remove the 3 10mm screws securing this panel. Next, you want to remove the 2 screws on the side and 1 screw beneath the rocker switches. This will help you to remove the dash panel. Next, you will remove the center console plastics. Next, remove the rocker switcher cover plate. Route the cable and insert the RS6 switcher controllers into empty rocker switch openings on the dashboard. Next, you want to mount the brain to the bracket with the provided screws. Mount the RS6 switcher module on the roll cage bar in the vehicle where it can be accessible to plug-in harnesses. Connect the main power cable to the RS6 switcher module using the provided 8mm bolt and split washer. Plug in the output harness BH3137 to the 6-pin connector and plug in the power and switch harness to the 16-pin connector on the RS6 switcher module. Connect the provided ground cable to the power ground block harness and tap the other end of the ground cable to ground. Find a location to secure the ground block harness. Plug in the RS6 switcher controllers to the matching connectors on the power and switch harness BH3013. If the vehicle does not have the pulse bus bar, crimp the provided ring terminals to the power input harness BH3413. Next, you want to connect the power input harness to the power and switch harness. Connect the ring terminals to the bus bar. Connect the power and ground output pigtails to the power ground block harness. Lay out the accessories devices that will be installed and crimp their power and ground wires to the provided power pigtails BH2992. Next, run the power and ground cable through the center console and to the battery. Make sure to zip tie the cables to secure them in place. Attach both the power wire and battery terminal cable to the fuse holder. Then reattach the bottom cover. Connect the power and ground wires to the battery. And just like that, you have installed the Sierra6.